Hello, Ryan here, aka Mac, and welcome. In this video, I go through all of the latest 3.9 leaks. As always, huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Thank you all so much for the support. It is very much appreciated. If you do enjoy my content and would like to make it even better from as little as $1 a month, be sure to follow the links below. Also linked below is the Star Citizen Leaks Discord channel, which is where I gather all my leaks from. By all means, go and hang out over there so you get to see them as they happen as well. So, Alpha 3.9.0J was released last night to the Eva Catties. This brought with it the new Esperia Prowler. So as I read on the latest patch notes, I'll throw up some of the incredible leaked images of this crazy ship. It is just so photogenic. Anyway, starting with core tech for this new patch, they have throttled the number of actions sent to the server when the frame rate is low. Now, to me, this sounds like it's more of a temporary band-aid to help tackle the server performance issues and just keep the server going for as long as possible with a higher frame rate. Not entirely sure what all this does or what it means. Could this be their little way to tackle server degradation? It does sound like they're still uncertain as to how to tackle the server degradation, or maybe they're waiting on some back-end engine tech. But hopefully they'll get to that sooner than later. And if this does help keep the frame rate of the server at a higher frame rate for longer, then hopefully it'll be much more stability for the time being. Anyway, onto locations. They have changed the orbital radius of Microtech. They have updated the lighting in New Babbage transit tunnels and added or tweaked a lot of the audio around New Babbage as well. For gameplay, the party invites should now show on the pending tab in the Mobiglass. They've rebalanced the mineral deposit merit rewards while in prison. They've also increased the trade value of Quantanium, which is something I expected they would do, because when we saw how much it wasn't really much of a reward for the risk, so that is getting tweaked, which is good. They've also done a balance path on the Quantanium or spawning density, so there should likely be more of it. They've added a projected merit contribution rate to the prison sentence screens, and audio updates to the actor status critical system. For weapons, they have added size 1 to 3 ship coolers to Arena Commander's REC stores, and added all size 1 to 3 ship power plants and size 1 gimbal mounts to the rec rentals as well. For vehicles, they have adjusted all the debris lifetime values for the vehicles and ships, and adjusted radar and MFD displays in the Reliant to avoid overlapping. Now onto bug fixes. There are a lot of bug fixes. I don't really talk too much about the Microtech bug fixes, as we won't know what they are or even see them by the time we get our hands on them, but obviously the patch notes are linked in the description below. So firstly, the Scythe should no longer have its landing gear clipping through the pad. The UGF assassinate lawful missions on Lyria should now have an assassination target. They have fixed missing ambient audio in the front lower room of the Caterpillar. They have fixed integration points to spawn ships not being visible in the hangar module. The open and close the door button on the vehicle storage terminal at the prison should now work correctly. I think this is for escaping. They did say that if you manage to get out of the prison, there is an area where the guards store an Ursa Rover that you could use to escape. There's only one. Now apparently you can actually open and close it. I dread to think of the person who managed to escape from prison only to find that they couldn't even access the Ursa. Players should no longer become randomly stuck to where the movement controls are not operable. Guards at Lawville should no longer be in a hunched pose and looking around erratically. They've also fixed thruster effects firing backwards for remote clients. They have fixed an issue preventing Ruto's initial mission from showing up in the Mobiglass. The rear hatch of the Cutlass cargo area should now no longer appear to vanish when viewed from the cargo hold. Damage should now show on the doors, turrets and lifts for ships and vehicles. FPS AI should no longer aim in a random direction prior to aiming at the player. A crash recovery should now consistently appear for client crashes, which is great news. Friendly and enemy AI ships should now correctly fire on players and each other. They have fixed a bug which would cause the player to black out in situations where they shouldn't be blacking out. They've fixed an issue where the Karak co-pilot joystick animations become detached. The claim jumper missions for her L1 should no longer direct the player to her L3 instead. The door leading to the New Deal showroom should be open now, and train doors at Lawville should no longer trap the player inside. There is also 8 server crash fixes and 5 client crash fixes. So, aside from the Prowler, which looks to be quite fantastic, CIG are doing a great job of cracking down some of these bugs that have been pretty much plaguing the builds for months now. Seeing some of these old legacy issues get fixed is just a joy to read, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to be very happy about this. I am super grateful that CIG are spending the time to get this done. Obviously, this does kind of mean that 3.9 may be in either CATI or the PTU for a little longer. Whether there is a Wave 1 on Friday or not is anyone's guess at this point, but I am happy to see CIG spend more time to get these irritating bugs fixed and gone, especially if they intend not to do wipes between patches, as this just makes a much better player experience. Anyway, that is it for the time being. Make sure you are subscribed if you want to keep up with all the latest Star Citizen news, leaks and information. It is coming thick and fast. Also hit that like button if you're excited for the Esperia Prowler, and tick the notification bell so you know exactly when all of my videos go live. Come and hang out with us over on twitch.tv/supermacbrothers. Having a lot of fun over there, and the support from you all is just insane. Also, massive thank you to my patrons and channel members. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.